speaking of Thane and the Navi Mumbai market we've just covered, both are facing quite a bit of water crisis. Authorities are slashing water supply to the area by half, or they have actually slashed it to half in order to cope. Now, what's really at fault? Decades of water mismanagement and extremely high dependence on monsoons, which has left the MMR region at risk of facing water riots. We all know what's happening in Maharashtra in the interiors. There's an absolute drought there. Is there a way out of this mess, and should the solution start from us, the common people? Nikhil Narayan Sivdas has this report.
The residents of Thane and Navi Mumbai are up in arms. The water supply to the region has been cut, with several areas only receiving water once every 60 hours.
हम लोग यहाँ पानी का बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. हम लोग रिक्शे से 2-2 किलोमीटर जाके पानी लाते हैं. ये तो पानी का ही होती है. पानी का टैंकर भी है, 1-2 दिन के बाद आता है.
TMC has arranged only 12 to 14 tankers for the populations of 8 lakhs. So hardly if you will go for the tankers, then you will barely get one tanker in a month.
The lakes that supply the city with water have only about 3 months of supply left. Local authorities are already implementing various measures, including digging another 150 bore wells across the region, imposing 40 to 60% water cuts on industrial zones, and even deploying police across housing societies to ensure that fights over water don't take place. But experts say these measures are not a long-term solution.
If you look at the volume required for flushing and washing cars and gardening, it comes to more than 50%. So if we were able to, or if we had been recycling, reusing our used water, we wouldn't have arrived at this situation today. We would have had 50% demand reduction.
And it is high time the government pays note. Almost every year, the MMR region sees water levels falling ever lower. No modern government can depend solely on the monsoons to provide for the population. If this continues, it will drive demand away from affordable property markets like Navi Mumbai and Thane. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has recognized the problem.
Now we are heading towards a solution where we would try to reuse the water from all these municipal corporations, have a tertiary treatment on it, and we would like to give that water to the industries. At the same time, we are also thinking of working on desalination of water.
In the meantime, several housing societies are taking matters into their own hands by employing simple but effective water recycling and harvesting systems.
There are 3 tanks, 1, 2, 3, and then treated water is fed into the filter to take away whatever coloration, etc., sediments and all that. This can be used in the flush line. It can be used for all secondary applications. Cost of treatment comes to about 2 rupees or so per 1000 liters. BMC charges us 4 rupees plus cess plus all that. And a tanker cost is obviously 60, 70, 80 rupees per 1000 liters.
While the government works on long-term measures, it's steps like these that can help. Ensure that your society or housing complex installs water recycling and rainwater harvesting tools so that you too can reuse water. A small investment now could save you more parched days in the future. From Mumbai, Nikhil Narayan Sivdas, NDTV.